Salam, hello and welcome. In the previous episode you have seen me actually polishing the headlights and it came out very nicely, and I'm actually very proud of that. And now it's time to deal with the tail lights. Now the tail light is mounted with two screws, one right here and this guy right here. So I'm going to have to take the screws, take this metal protection out so I can have full access to the light. Right, I'm just keeping the light seated like that so I can start apply desanding. Keep in mind here I'm going to sand to remove a clear film layer, which is not so clear now. Now, I figured that the 1200 grit is too soft to remove the film. So I got some rougher sanding paper. I tried to figure out the grit. Can't remember what grit is this. And the pits where it's written, I have cut these off. Anyway, it's very rough and I'm going to use it now. Now I got a penetration point here. Finally I got a penetration point here, so I have penetrated the film. All I have to do is to go around it. Okay, so after a quite long time of sanding, I managed to remove only this much. So this is around, I don't know, maybe 30%. Anyway, I went and I got some more sanding paper, some real abrasive like 60 grit and 240 grit. My purpose is to speed up the process. This is the result of 2.5 hours of sanding. That nasty film is gone forever. Now to smooth it out, I'm going with the 1200 grit, then 1500, then 2000. So finally I'm done with the sanding and now it's polishing time. Time for round 2. So that is actually pretty good. And guys, let's compare this and this. Huge difference. This light looks like new. I can even see my reflection there. So I'm going to apply the same process on the other light, but on some other day. It is late, I'm exhausted. I have spent 3 hours working on this light alone. But I'll show you the end result soon. Now at last, finally I'm going to apply the ceramic coat and I'm done with this tail light and I'm calling it the night. So after the ceramic coat gets dry, I'm going to reinstall this protector and put the light back. Coming to the second tail light, or the passenger side light. Now the lens of this light is actually broken. Now you can see the crack. This is pretty obvious. And it's cracked on more than one location. In fact, this crack was my motivation in the first place to install the protective film. I thought I need to seal the light, and that's why I installed the film. Still, somehow, some sand managed to get inside. Yeah, that's nice sand collection in the light. One more thing about this light. Many of those bulbs are not working properly. The upper ones are in better shape, though there is one that is not working here. The lower ones are in bad shape. Brake bulbs are okay. The bulbs on this light are okay. The stop light bulbs, particularly on the lower part, are really bad. It's a situation where I have to ask myself the question, is it really worth working on it? Now, especially that dealing with the other light, that one, it took really long time to restore it and make it nice and shiny again. And so I took another decision. Well, I decided to install a new light. In fact, I only needed this light. But unfortunately, it cannot be sold alone, so I ordered a full set. So I have brand new eagle eye tail light for Ford F-150, and these are for the models from 2009 until 2014. So yeah, I'm going to install the brand new lights. First, I'm going to do something very important before I install these lights, and I'm actually going to apply ceramic coating on them for extra protection. Now, these are already protected, but I have the material and there is no reason why not to use it. So I'm wearing gloves here because I'm going to polish the lights with a microfiber towel, and I don't want any oils or fingerprints from my hand on them. So now that the lights are nice and clean, I'm going to apply the ceramic coat on them. Using this paper towel, I'll give it a nice wipe. So while the ceramic coat is getting dry, I'm going to take out the existing lights, both of them. Okay, so now I'm going to have to disconnect all these connections. I can start with this is the reverse light, it's out. Right, now these two cables are for the resistor, and the resistor, it's mounted right inside. Let me show you. So there are two resistors, they have mounted them inside. Not much options but to take them out, clean the place and prepare it for the new ones. I can barely fit my hand in. Okay, so after serious struggle, I managed to remove only one. The other one stayed. And I don't have any leverage to pry it out. This is where the first one was installed, and this is where the second one is nicely living. Now I have all this space here, so I don't really need this space where it used to be, because I can clean this up and install the ballast here. It's not ballast, it's resistor. Okay, so now that this surface, the inner surface, is nice and clean, it's ready. So I'm going to stick these ballast on it. They come with double face, so all I have to do is to take this out and it's ready to go. Right, so now I'm going to connect all the cables and the wires and test the light before I actually do the final installation. Okay, now all the wires are connected, so I'm going to test the light. Yo, this is looking nice. Right, I need to try the reverse light. The reverse light for some reason is not working. It's working here, so let me see why. Oh. Now it's working. Now we have reverse light. Now, there is one last thing to do before I completely install the light, and that's to push all these wires inside the light so I can put this plug in and close it. Done. And one last wipe before the final installation. Now the steel guard. It's fantastic. In fact, I ordered these lights completely clear. The previous ones, they were slightly smoked, like this one. So I'm going to replace this one as well. Although it's a shame, I mean, I worked for so long, so hard on this one until I get it into this condition, which is fantastic, but they don't match. You can see the difference between both lights. So the new one is absolutely clear because it matches all the chrome parts that I have on the truck a lot better than this smoked one. And now it's time to replace this. You know what? Actually, these lights, they look much better than the previous ones. It really matches the silver color, the chrome theme, and they look awesome. So now you know how to polish your lights, and now you know how to replace your lights. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, be safe, and do it yourself.